the world where that kind of activity, that's it. You're done. There's something I've said this always. There's something money can't buy, and that's power.
Right.
It doesn't matter how much money you have. You cannot. Power is something. Power and respect. You can't buy that. You can't. So now you go there to party. Next thing you know, like when they were saying about Trump. Oh, Putin has stuff on him from his time over there with Miss America or Miss Universe. You know, it could be something like that where now the CIA gets wind of it. Listen, you're done. Oh, hold on. Oh, who was here? You know, we're throwing you away. We're locking you up and throwing away the key unless give us that video. Now they go over to a certain country. Hey, you want your people to see this? You want this to come out? You know, we're getting that oil line. We're getting this. We're getting
And
that.
now we know that Trump, anything with Russia with Trump is totally false. We now know that that's been totally debunked.
What was it? Talk softly and carry a big
Big
stick.
stick, absolutely.
You know, sometimes people talk too much.
Right.
They grandstand on something, and even if there's something there, you lost credibility.
Right.
You lost credibility. Sometimes it's better to the unknown. I didn't say that. You said that. You know, and both sides keep doing that, where they just grandstand on one issue, and then it's like, well, that's not even that big of a deal. And even though it should be a deal, it's not that big anymore because you presented us this amazing thing, you know, like,
And there was nothing.
yeah, like cut it out, you know, just.
Holy smoke.
Sure can. Wow, this is great. Hold our politicians accountable. The people voted for an audit that they are fighting. Politicians don't care about the people. And that came from Jay. How about Mike Huckabee meeting with convicted American spy Jonathan Pollard at the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem? Should he be fired? So, can someone give me some? If the seas are rising, then why isn't Plymouth Rock? Then why isn't Plymouth Rock still visible? For all his faults, I still hope President Biden has a terrific birthday yesterday. That came from Jay. And this next one, can we lift it up a little bit? It was best to keep Mr. Waterboard's funeral quiet. That was awesome. I don't know who sent that in, but that was awesome. Thank you very much. Tell me who the Mike Huckabee met with. I don't know who that is.
Pollard, I think he was a Department of Navy civilian who passed secret information to the Israelis.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And he was tried and convicted.
Okay. So I think that the fallout from Epstein has just begun. I think we're going to see a lot more of it. I think that we're going to realize that now that the one party has said release, that they may not be so happy that they were making the most noise to release the files, because the files may be a little bit more damning to them than it might be to another side. So it'll be very interesting to see over the next few weeks what happens to those Epstein files, who's in them. Now, did I hear the other day, can both of you fill me in, that Bill and Hillary have refused to go before Congress and testify?
That's what I heard.
Okay, so I heard that the other day, and I thought I'm going to have to confirm that when I come here this morning, that President Bill Clinton and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton have refused their subpoenas to go before Congress to testify to Congress regarding their knowledge of what happened on Epstein Island. Because Bill had been there 26 times. Now, I don't know why Hillary was called. Oh, because she was on the list of who's been there. Thank you, John.
She was there 30 times.
She was there 30.
I'm
Okay,
joking.
all right.
You gotta make a little
I fell
light
for
of
that
stuff.
one. All right, thank you. So I didn't know why Hillary, but so she was also had been on the island. I didn't quite realize that. All right.
So, interesting fact about Mr. Pollard,
Yes.
he was the only American on record to ever be sentenced for spying for a U.S. ally. like serving life in prison
Really?
for spying for an ally.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so,
Didn't know that.
yeah, me neither. I Googled them real quick to
All
put
right.
a face to the name, and
Okay.
that popped up.
So Cliff, the thing about, I'm glad you put Epstein down here because so now there's still obviously, and I think Eileen might enjoy, because Eileen likes the whole controversy of, did Epstein actually kill himself in prison? So I was teaching at Riviere the other night, teaching a victimology class, and the subject was inmates as victims, and I was showing the Epstein cell, and I was showing the garrote, the noose that he used that was found in his cell that he allegedly hung himself with. And sure, it could have been used as a garrote, but usually when people are choking.
Hang on one second.
Is Eileen with us?
Yes.
Eileen?
Yeah, I just first want to know what Epstein Island is. Is that like Disney World for adults, or was?
Perverts.
Yeah, perverts.
Disney World for perverts.
Ugh.
That's just Cliff's just jealous he never went. It's a fabulous place, beautiful place to stay. The weather is fantastic. Did wrongdoings happen in St. Thomas? Yes. Did wrongdoings happen on your cruise ship? Yes. Did wrongdoings happen on Epstein Island? Yes. But not everybody who went there participated in pedophilia. I'm done.
So wait, what happened with the rope, Regina? I was getting into that. But was
So I saw the rope, and usually when people start choking, they pull back. So
Right.
this question about whether or not, would he have pulled back when he was choking? Because that's a very common response.
interesting?
Yeah, at that point, your survival instincts kick in.
Absolutely,
And
right.
it's like when you have to, you get that splinter and it's in there real deep, and you grab a utility knife.
Yeah.
You almost have to force yourself through that threshold of actually getting it out. Even if you know you can endure the pain, it doesn't matter. Your body automatically is like, no, what are you doing? Like, we'll deal with the splinter. Don't cut me. So you're right. And whether he actually wanted to, end his life or not, his brain automatically would have gone into survival mode
Yes.
and somewhat. Because you said it was a garrote. What was the name?
It's called there's a French term called a garrote, but it's a rope. It's simply a rope that he tied to the side of his bed, and then sat down and leaned forward.
Oh, so
And-
he actually didn't hang
No,
himself.
no. He sat down, put it over his neck, and leaned forward, and it cut off his air. And again, you're doing that. As you said, Jose, your instinct is to pull back,
Yeah.
to give yourself air again. So I think there's always going to be questions, Eileen, about what he did or what he didn't do.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but there's a little study. I'm one of those. I just wonder sometimes into my Google algorithm, and it says that there's no way of really knowing, but that when people say, "Oh, my life flashed before my eyes," it's not literally just like a quick little summary of your life. It's your brain actually looking for a place and time where you were in a similar situation to try to get you out of it.
Ooh.
To try to,
Yep.
because that's really what our survival instinct is, whether it's bits of information that we see at a glance or whatever, just trying to get out of it. That's why sometimes you see people just scrambling because their brain's just trying to figure out, like, all right, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? And that's what they say, that it's not really your life flashing before your eyes, it's your brain scrambling, trying to figure out where you've been in a similar circumstance to try to get you out of it and
Okay.
save your life.
Okay.
I just thought of that because
But
Okay.
bringing up the death of Epstein, I don't think that there'll be a settled opinion on it, like John Wilkes Booth shot Abraham Lincoln. And the reason is the prison staff really muffed it. They took him off suicide watch, the cameras weren't working. All of these kinds of things suggest there was some darker hand back there trying to make things happen.
No, they certainly didn't do themselves any favors.
No.
Eileen, what do you think?
I mean, I honestly think we solved the issue here on the City Lights this morning. I believe he was part of the CIA. He had to go, and the job had to get finished, didn't matter what. And somebody got in there, and all of that stuff was shut off for a reason. It's like Scandal, Kerry Washington taught me everything I know.
Oh, yes. Good show.
If we keep the tinfoil hat on, though, wouldn't it have been more beneficial almost to take out Maxwell than him? Because if he was working for the CIA, he knows what they're capable of. So
Well-
it'd be easier to get her to talk than him.
He knows more secrets, though.
That's true.
He knows more secrets about people that she doesn't even have a clue of. He knows more secrets.
I'm sure she knows.
Let's slide this over to the lawsuit dropped from Karen Reed this week.
Yes. Eileen, what do you think? So Eileen must.
All the lawsuits going back and forth. It's intense. I mean, I think one's doing it for the other to drop it, kind of.
Karen Reed is not dropping that lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to get messy. Even Turtle Boy got pulled into it.
How did he get pulled in?
They're all making lawsuits against him also. Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins. All the ones that are counter suing Karen Reed are also suing Eden Carney, Turtle Boy, for defamation and all those same things.
But he has the freedom of speech. He had the
But
freedom.
that's what
Right.
they're using against him.
Yeah, I think, and the reason all the other charges were dismissed against him is because it was shown he has the freedom of speech. He had the freedom to say what he did on his blog.
Well, that's
Right?
good
Oh,
news.
I agree, but that's why I often say, like, it's freedom of speech, and who says it is the issue in this country right now.
I think
Overall.
the whole defamation of character is a blurry line too, because I had some people say some not pleasant things about me, and I was like, you know what? We do our homework, so they want to play hardball, let's go. And my treasurer was like, you know what? First off, you're better than that. You know that. Don't, just because you're upset, don't do anything irrational. And second off, he's like, I did a deep dive on where you blur that line on
Right.
being able to sue somebody for defamation of character or not. He's like, just because, he's like, the way things are going with you, it's not stopping here. He's like, and we got to make sure that, we cover our butts. And it's like one of those things, like the second I became, quote unquote, a public figure,
Right.
like, you can say whatever you want.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how damning it is. You can say whatever you want. Now, if I was still just a private citizen, and you say something that I go to a job and somebody's like, you know what, that's it, I can sue you. So it's like, what the heck? So, like, that means that if I'm just a normal, average Joe, you can slander me, say whatever you want, and that line is blurred about defamation of character. But the second I'm like, I'm running for city council, all of a sudden now you can go
Right.
around and say whatever the heck you want about me, and we're okay. So,
The minute
like,
you submit those nomination papers, you become a public person, and the line is blurred, as Eileen knows completely. you can say almost anything you want,
Yeah.
because you're a public figure. And the line of slander against a public figure is completely elevated compared to
Right.
what you say against a private citizen, yes.
I mean, my treasurer, he's top notch, and he's like me once he gets something in his mind. But that was like a half-hour conversation that I didn't know I was ready to have, because it's like, oh, okay, so that means that pretty much now people can just say whatever they want about me. He's like, to a degree, yes.
Yeah.
He's like, in order for you to actually put, like, somebody really say something really damning about you that's not true, even if you have everything, videos, everything to prove it, all you can do is literally just try to defend yourself publicly. Like, there's nothing the courts can do for you. Like, you're hung out to dry because you're a public figure. It's like, no,
Yes.
I'm just a poor mason from the acre. Leave me alone. But
Well, that gets forgotten when you're a public official, you're
Yes.
an elected official, because all of a sudden we are held to a higher level of standard. So the other thing is, people can take pictures of you wherever you are out. There can be video of you wherever you are out, no matter what. Like, you're open when you sign those papers, get elected. You're opening yourself up to all of that. But in regards to Turtle Boy and his issue, he had such a large just platform. He wasn't an elected anything. He has a large following, and he started to uncover all the corruption in Norfolk County.
And it was against multiple different people. It was the Sarah Birchmore murder.
Yes, it all
right.
kind of bled in together.
Right. So,
you want to get these two?
yes. So, the text, with regard to Epstein, I want to hear from the two guards who were supposed to be watching him that night he committed suicide. That's an excellent text. This Karen Reed trial is going on longer than Luke and Laura from the soap opera General Hospital. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate
I
that.
don't know who said that, but I love it.
I love it too. That's great. Fabulous.
I know, I'm like part two. And as much as I was obsessed with both parts of Karen Reed's trial, I'm losing track of it now. This one, that one.
So,
But I did just get back into General Hospital, so that's a whole other thing.
so let's take the pressure off of Karen Reed for a moment. I read a couple days ago that a study found that students whose teachers get an advanced degree in education do worse than those whose teachers are just a college graduate. So, sending people off to get a graduate degree, do we fund that kind of thing through the school committee? I see the head nodding.
The school committee, Lowell Public Schools is big on wanting to get their teachers more and more educated, and they help. I think they give $1,000 per class in Lowell Public Schools, and you would pay for it, and then they resubmit it. But I do think there's truth to that, because the more educated you are as a teacher, the more you're overthinking, and overthinking doesn't help when your one agenda just needs to be to educate 25 to 30 kids in your class.
Somebody suggested the real solution is that hire only retired people as school teachers, and they can bring their experience in life to the classroom. I think that's probably a little bit of an overreach, but still.
maybe they can become aides in the classroom.
Yep.
Especially if you're retired, you
Absolutely.
don't have a lot going on.
Teacher's the
in
boss.
OC.
Teacher's the boss.
Yeah, teacher's the boss. and then-
You tell the aide what to do.
yeah, and then the age is.
So
is
Grandpa,
there.
don't tell stories today. Sharpen pencils.
Yeah, pretty much. But still, you have that life experience there, and we've talked about it before on here, where a lot of people don't have that parent at parent school, don't have that parent at home, don't have grandma.
Lowell's
I think-
biggest problem is the kids go home to parents that don't respect the school system they just left. I brought home homework. Well, you do homework in school, honey. Go watch TV. Go play with your phone.
Yeah, don't bother me. Or on the back end, they don't respect the school at home, but when the kid's at school, they expect the teachers not to only be teaching them, math and science, but how to be a human being too. So which one is
The
it?
school system offers a great education. If you want to take advantage of it, you'll do well.
Yep.
If you don't want to do it, do your homework, skip your homework, you're not going to do well. Just that. That's my takeaway.
The personal, the person that your child is going to be, that's on you as a parent.
Yes.
If your kid is going to school and they're being influenced and shaped and molded by their peers, I'm sorry, but that's not on the school system. That's on you. Because do a better job making sure your kid is not that. And I get it. Every case is different. I'm not, pooping all over parents and stuff like that. But to a degree, as parents, we need to take accountability.
So, Jose, you
Yes,
bought
sir.
a bunch of food this morning.
I did.
So we're going to take an extended break at 7 o'clock. What'd you bring?
So I keep hearing this guy on my YouTube talking about stuffed peppers and how much they love stuffed peppers. And that's you. And yesterday I heard you talk about them. So we make these Mexican stuffed peppers.
Okay.
And when I left Tewksbury, I ran over and got all the stuff and chefed it up. And I made you some Mexican stuffed peppers. And I
So
want
are
you
we going to
try
eat
them.
those during the break, or we eat them later?
Look, they're right there. I brought little spoons and everything. You guys are ready to go.
So, John, since you brought up food, I don't understand what's going on at the chateau. I ordered scallops. They did not have cocktail sauce. How can you serve scallops without cocktail sauce? Have you mentioned this to them?
I don't think I've ever had scallops with cocktail sauce. My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. I think you just said something sacrilegious.
Did you
Oh,
see
my
that?
goodness.
I don't
I
use
felt
cocktail
that.
sauce
That
with
would hurt.
You
shrimp. I don't use it with scallops.
I thought it was shrimp with
That
shrimp,
too.
cocktail sauce with shrimp. And they serve not bacon, but maple
gotta add it.
syrup or whatever with
I
scallops.
think you should have added to your order, Cliff, because I think that that's uncommon in New England. Maybe you got it in the past. I think you got to ask for it.
I asked for it.
They screwed you.
And did you get it?
No.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to try that now. I've never even thought about that, and I love scallops.
They never brought it?
They said they didn't have it.
Oh, they just didn't have it, period?
They don't sell shrimp apparently.
Oh, then they just didn't skip you. They just didn't have any.
Yeah.
Okay. Blame it on COVID.
Lack of planning.
Yeah, absolutely. Poor planning.
So,
COVID.
back to the school.
Do what I do. Bring some with you. I bring hot sauce when I know places don't have any. I make my own, so I
Hey,
just bring a
Anthony,
little
there's a
jar.
man waiting outside for you.
Why not?
Oh, sorry.
I'm not. I get what I want.
Yeah.
Even
So-
if I got to do it myself.
When I was in high school, the high school teachers got a sabbatical paid for by the school system. Every 7 years, if they had a plan to do some study or research, they'd get a year off to do it, paid for by the Long Beach Consolidated School
They
System.
don't do that anymore.
They don't?
It's a union thing.
They what?
It's a union thing. It's in your contract.
What'd you say after it's a union thing?
It's in your it's either in your contract or it's not in your contract.
Yeah?
We ain't paying you to go study. Goodbye. Want to go study? Bye-bye. We ain't paying you.
Yeah, well, the point would be that if you actually believe that further study makes you a better teacher, you should be doing this.
2020, respectfully, Cliff, 2025, the best you can hope for is reimbursement when you pass the course.
Yeah.
I'll tell my employees, you want continuing ed? If you get an A, we'll pay for the course. If you get a B, we're not.
Oh, you are a tough grader.
Well, you have to draw a line somewhere. Why should I pay for their education?
Because it makes them a better employee.
And then the government
supposedly.
says, give them a 1099 for it, and they get mad.
I think if we can figure out a way to get parents more engaged in the school, whether it's more parent-teacher events, or at least getting the word out that there is more parent-teacher events, because I'm sure there's plenty of schools that have them. Just parents don't show up. I asked Eileen that last time we talked about education. I said, how many parents show up
Right.
to parent-teacher meetings or, events for the kids or whatever? And I'm sure if you see, it's almost like the economy and the, voter turnout. I'd like to think that when we stop, I looked it up before, it's like this. The voter turnout went down, the cost of living went up, the wages stay the same. When the wages were going with the economy, the voter turnout was up. So if we increase the parents' engagement to the actual school once a month, show up, we'll have a spaghetti dinner, we'll have, put a movie together, whatever. I think that will have more of a significant impact, because now school isn't just somewhere where you drop your kid off.
Some parents don't drive. Some parents don't speak English. Some parents are afraid.
There's always going to be
So you've got to figure out
obstacles.
how to get those parents engaged.
Yeah, so start having Latino events, start
Right.
having events at the senior center,
Well-
to target, we talked about that before, where it goes, Asian students, African American, white, then Latino. So obviously the Latino community needs to be engaged more. So start having
Absolutely.
events at the senior center, because let's be honest, that's where the most concentration of Latinos is.
Right.
Well, at least to me, I don't know if those are actual numbers, but I live there. Start having events there and have them come out and get to know the kid's teacher. So like that, it's not, that teacher hates my kid. No, you actually talk to your kid's
Right.
teacher. Your teacher's just a little jerk and walks in and he might be an angel or she might be an angel at school, at home, but she's not at school. And I think that would have more of an impact. Because like John said, I mean, I've met my kid's teachers. She's a freshman now. We just had the parent-teacher meeting. And I don't think out of all her teachers, I've met a teacher where I'm like, does this person even care? Now I know why my kid's grades is lacking.
Virginia, you got 3 here.
Mr. McD, can we please see a pic of the stuffed peppers? Very underrated dish. Scallops with cocktail sauce? I forgive you, Colonel Bart. How about making the kids accountable for their schoolwork?
Yes.
We do
All
what's
three
called-
good
we
texts.
do what's called a report card.
That's a good one, John.
Oh, wait till you get.
But the parents not going, there's a lot of reasons for that. Parents want to be the best parent they can be. And your takeaway experience, okay, well, Johnny's in first grade, the teacher wants to see me. And the teacher comes in and says, starts chastising me for my kid's behavior. And I didn't go to get yelled at. So maybe some tutelage has got to happen with the parents. When I go to a parent-teacher conference, I'm going to find out they're not calling you in because your kid's brainy, okay? Your kid's he's a magnet for everybody loves him. I'm not going to go on and on, but expectations have got to be put out there for the parents, and demands have to be put out there for the parents too.
Yep. I mean, I think I brought it up here before. I was pleasantly surprised. My kid was struggling a little bit with, 8th grade. She had to go to summer school. Health things going on. Not justifying it, because I was still like, come on, we got to, I'll help you, whatever. And we went to they had the parent teachers. So we went, rushed out of work, made sure I was there. Still had a little cement in my hair, and every teacher was like, oh, she's so amazing. She's, she helps. I know that's not always the case, but we went from, she could do better. Like, she's a smart kid, but we can tell she just kind of, that I don't care 8th grade attitude. But all summer. You know, you got to do better. Your job is keep your room clean, go to school. Everything else, I'll take care of you. You're a spoiled brat. That's gonna stop. You know, this is your job. I go to work. Blah 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 blah. And I think it stopped where it's like, all right. So as long as I get good grades, my dad will work Sunday if he has to make sure I have what I want. But if not, that's your job.
We're going to break in like 5 minutes.
So before
Outside, it's 25 degrees. It's chilly. No wind, but it is 25 degrees.
So before we go on break, and I tell you guys about these peppers.
Please.
So I buy the Mexican poblano peppers, char them on a comal. It's just a big cast iron thing, right? Char them real good. Put them in a bag so I can take the skin off. Take all the seeds so like that they're not spicy. Stuff them with 2 different types of cheese. We make this almost meringue with egg. Dip them in that, and then fry it so you have this nice, delicious outside layer of egg. And then I make this sauce with tomatoes, different things. So it's nice and creamy. It's almost like a vodka sauce.
Okay.
And then you lay them in there and let it simmer for a little bit. And the egg stays together, stays kind of crunchy, but now it's soaked in this sauce. So it's kind of the bitterness of the pepper, the gooiness of the cheese, and then with the tomatoes and the cheese and all the cream cheese and sour cream and the sauce. So it's like a combination, and then with a bed of white rice. And then you just a little bit of white rice. Usually, I was gonna bring tortillas because that's how I prefer them, with the tortillas and then
Okay.
the white rice. But I figured that might be a little too much, so we stuck with the white rice and the peppers. Like my daughter, that is her one of her favorite dishes. I've been cooking a lot of Mexican food lately. That's what I do in the winter because I have a little more time. Like I just made her mole
Ooh, okay.
the other day. I actually brought some to Erin Gender, and I was doing a job at her house, and she has 2 small boys, and I was like, well, hopefully the boys like them. I know small kids can be a little picky. She texted me, she's like, 2 thumbs up from the boys. They loved it.
So we just did, John, what was the restaurant? I didn't get to make it, but it was on Dutton Street, and apparently the food was absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Make the new
Mexican restaurant, I think.
Mexican
It's in where the Lowell Sun used to be on Dutton Street.
Yeah.
It's on the ground floor in there. Oh, absolutely exquisite.
I've been wanting to go check it out.
So the reports, I wasn't able to go because I had a community meeting, but some of the people I know who went said the food was amazing. Best Mexican ever.
Really?
Yes, so you really need to try it,
Yes. I have a hard time going to. We had to rewire our brain, me and my mother, when we go to Mexican restaurants. Like we literally sit in the car and they're like, remember, we're going there to eat what they, because Mexico's big.
Yes?
So like the way we cook from where we're from, Michoacan, like we didn't really get invaded by Aztecs and everything
Yes.
else. So like it's pretty true to the way that the food was cooked thousands of
Right.
years ago. Other places that got,
Yes.
it's more,
Aztecs,
not even
Spaniards,
Americanized,
right.
more like Spaniard
Yes.
influence. So it's the same dish, same exact dish. I can bring it here and it'd be 10 different ways that it's done. But it's like, well, we're the original ones. Like ours is better, of course, But so it's funny because we'll go somewhere and it's like, oh, they have a seafood. Oh, this place is more from Acapulco, Mexico.
Okay.
Or like this place is more Americanized. Oh, Tijuana, Mexico. Like, so not every Mexican restaurant you're gonna go there and get the same thing. And I think that a lot of people don't understand that.
So I didn't understand. That's a good education.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
It's called Matisse's Latin Kitchen.
yes, I've been wanting to go there. I seen some of the
And,
pictures. Their
let me fan
desserts.
for the pictures quick,
Mm.
because we're coming up on break. Slide this over a
Oh,
little
that's
bit.
our dinner group.
And moving right along, that's one of the
Ooh.
plates. And portions were
Enchiladas.
freaking great. Everybody loved it. Got a great score.
The sauces look delicious.
Beautiful stuff.
I think that you've made an important point about the fact that we don't appreciate the diversity in Mexico. We don't think about the fact that some of the tribes in Mexico sided with the Spanish
Yes.
against the Aztecs. So that it was tough on the Aztecs because they been sort of naughty and everyone ganged up to get rid of them.
I mean, I said it here before, the fact that my whole life I'm Aztec, and then about a few years ago I found out that maybe a little bit of Aztec blood sprinkled in, but
And we got to go to
I'm
break.
not Aztec.
We'll be back. Thanks.
I really hope you guys like these.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Life Show. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. On the phone, we have Eileen Delrossi. Say hello, Eileen.
Good morning, everybody.
All right.
Happy Friday.
We have Regina Faticanti, and we have Jose Cervantes. And Jose has just been feeding us. Tell us, Regina.
So the smell is amazing. The smell is absolutely amazing. And the rice is not just white rice. It's incredible. The smell is incredible. So I see the pepper, I see the cheese on top. I'm going to take the white rice, I'm going to dip it into the cheese sauce, it's going to be amazing. John's already eating his because he can't wait. I need to wait until I get to work. But so tell people what you put into the rice.
So, basic, I guess you could say Spanish white rice, a little bit of garlic, crush it up, mince it up real good, some olive oil, a little bit of salt, stir it all up, and just cook it nice and easy so it gets nice and grainy, but it's still...
So it gets fried first, correct?
No.
Oh, boiled?
Yep, just
Okay.
boiled. I've realized, though, the trick is, at least for me, everybody tells you when you make white rice, you put, 2 parts water,
Okay,
1 part water.
1 pot water, all
So
right.
you do 2 cups of water, let it simmer for a little bit, cover it 20 minutes, you're good to go. It'll be
Okay.
perfect every time.
This looks fabulous. And he was so thoughtful, he brought to-go dishes for all of us. This is incredible, thank you so much.
I really hope you guys enjoy them. I
Now-
know John said it was, John, you tried it?
Yeah.
What's the
I'm coming
right-
back to your restaurant. Delicious stuff. Thank you.
Imagine
I'll
That's
kill it
amazing.
off after the show. Thanks, for sure. I'll nuke it.
Imagine that with a tortilla on the side.
That's what I'm thinking, I have some
Forget
tortillas
it.
at home.
Oh, that's...
No, I'm not. I'm just going to eat it like we got it. It'll
I
be
like-
gone.
I
Thank
like
you.
to roll the tortillas up, and then you take a bite, and you take a bite of the tortilla. It just disappear till the food's gone.
Thank you, very thoughtful, thank you very much, it's excellent.
Homelessness. Jose has been appointed, he's a government official now, he's on the Hunger Homeless Commission. And what I wanted to talk about, because it sort of involves Regina's job, in the old days when winter came along, people would go out and commit minor crimes so that they could get put in prison during the winter months.
Absolutely.
They were known as snowbirds. And there's a paper out that I've seen mentioned a couple times, including the Free Press has got a discussion of it, in which the author argues that as women have gotten predominance in certain jobs, like in the law, judges, prosecutors, etc., we have gone from let's follow the rules and enforce the rules to, let's have sympathy on people. So the end result is that you go and you commit a minor crime and the system has sympathy for you and they send you back out so that you can spend the winter living rough on the common. So we've trying to do right. I think we have done wrong.
It's cashless bail. So I don't know if the women are part of that issue, but it's cashless bail. So Massachusetts has cashless bail. So before, you would commit a crime, you would you'd be held before, pre-trial, and so you'd be snug and cozy, getting 3 meals a day, health care, dental care, your 3-4 showers a week, and then you would finally get to see a judge, and the judge would sentence you to 6 months, and that would take you to April, May, then you'd get out, and then you would, you don't mind living on the street in the summer months, and then you do it all over again. But with cashless bail, we can't keep you in during the winter. There's nothing to keep you inside. So you're back out on the street.
Virginia, you want to get these 2, please?
Jose, where do you get your tortillas? The tortillas sold on the streets of Mexico are so much better than what we buy in the stores here. Next time, bring Pepper's stuffed with scallops for BRD. That was awesome. That was awesome. And then you're going to have some sauce to go with that.
Can't forget the cocktail sauce.
Absolutely.
I'm from a different part of the country.
Yes,
I'm used to having ground beef stuffed in the peppers.
yes, me too. So
We-
Italians do ground beef, yes.
with with a little bit of sauce on the top. Yeah. No, I enjoy those too. But so no, they're right. In Mexico, you go up to they have tortillerias, and it's just like a bakery. You go up there, they have a big old machine, and you're like, hey, I want, these. I visited once. I was there for like 3 months when I was 13. So you're talking ages ago. You go up there and you're like, hey, I want $2, $2 worth, and they're like, okay. And they just press the button, feed the machine, and they just nice hot tortillas. You can go there with because they use the cloth to keep it warm. Go there with your cloth, they put it right on the cloth, throw it in a bag, you walk away. They're amazing. So Market Basket, there's different types, but I get the ones that are at the one on Fletcher Street, right above the bread. Not the Pepito ones, not the other ones. I don't like those, they don't cook right. I wish I remembered the name, but those are the best ones. I'll send John a picture. But so back to what we were saying. So one thing I've heard about the cashless bail that people have actually referred to paying a cash bail as racist. That was one of the selling points about it. That having to pay a bond to get out of prison, and that was one of the big talking points of it, was racist because it's minorities that don't have the money to get out of jail, so now they're serving extended. My kid just sent me a video of the cat. The fat cat is attacking her, playing. So that the cat actually having to pay a bond was racist because minorities get arrested and they can't pay the bond. So now they're stuck in the system and this and that, which I don't know, as a minority, I kind of felt a little, I don't know, like, really? So now,
Thousands of years. If you do something wrong, the government wants some money.
Yeah.
Goes back to the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to pay, you went to jail.
Yeah.
And it was not fun jail; it was breaking rocks jail.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And now it's fun jail. Nobody breaks rocks anymore.
Right.
No, but like I don't understand the concept of how is having to pay a bond for a crime you committed racist. That's the first time I've heard that narrative that it's women have kind of sensitized the system. That's the first time I've heard that.
Me too.
But I have heard the narrative of, I know when they were doing that out in California, that's really, I'm pretty sure that was one of the first places that started the cashless bonds, was that was maybe not everybody's talking point, but that was a major
They still
talking
have them in
point.
California.
The
They still have the cashless bond. They still have in California.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's where they started that, as far as I remember, a few years ago. And that was one of the talking points. Like, oh, it's racist to have to pay a bond. But, so now what you're saying to me is that, so minorities commit more crimes and we're too poor to, like, you're degrading the community more than you're uplifting it. If anything, you should be like, no, that doesn't affect us because we don't commit crimes. Don't look at the numbers, even if we do, but maybe I just look at things a little different. But like, to yell racist for every little thing, eventually that word isn't going to mean anything anymore.
Exactly. It has no, because it's the boy who cried wolf.
And we're seeing that now.
At some point in time, it's going to mean nothing. I've never heard that sentiment that it's racist to have bail. My feeling is that some people commit such heinous crimes, they should be held without bail.
Yeah.
Or they should have a high bail so that you can't pay it, so that you don't wander the street and you're not a danger to everybody else. But now, cashless bail, you do something bad and there's no bail and you are wandering the street and you are a danger to other people and yourself. Because sometimes maybe, so that you don't hurt yourself, you should go to jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I've said this saying on the show here at least once, where it's like, hard times create great men create good times create weak men create hard times. Like, why are we trying to change, like John said, there's certain things that, yes, we need to reform, certain things that can be better. But are we, first world problems, are we to the point where we have ran out of things, actual issues that are affected, that now we're trying to just overhaul the system?
Yes.
It's been working for this long. And again, I'm not saying everything's perfect and everything, we don't need progress. You always need progress, but sometimes you need to stop and appreciate where we are for a second, take it in, and then continue. Because if you're always in running mode, you don't get to appreciate the views that you're missing. You just don't. And I think we need to take a breath once in a while and see where we are. I mean, look what happened in California. Supposedly after the cashless bail, a bunch of stores were closing because they were literally getting
Yes.
robbed every day. I don't know if that's just a Republican talking point, but that's what I heard.
I think
Literally
it's
closing down stores because there was no repercussions. Oh, it was under $1,200 what I stole, so literally I get a slap on the wrist. I don't even get handcuffs put on me. It's, oh, you stole something, don't do it again, naughty, naughty.
I think if you go to San Francisco, you find that there are lots of stores that have left San Francisco.
Yeah.
And some of them regular stores, excuse me, some of them high-end stores, yes,
Yeah, no,
they're gone.
But so that's what I mean. Like we are trying to victimize ourselves in the name of progress. I don't like that. I don't like that narrative, And I was talking to a senator last night, and it was like, and I don't feel. It feels weird saying this now. Like, I've always considered myself somewhat of a progressive. I can't even. I don't even know if I like saying the word anymore.
Take it on a different meaning.
Absolutely. Just like a conservative doesn't mean what a conservative meant 10 years ago. Forget 20, 30 years ago. Like most conservatives now don't even know what the word conservative means. What are we doing? We can't keep doing that where we just get fixated on a title or on a party that we blur the lines of actual progress and actually moving backwards. And right now, I think cashless bails to an extent is moving backwards. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that somebody that does like the pettiest of crimes should be locked up for a month.
Well, let me just tell you why, my thoughts on why
let's go. I love
the
hearing
cashless bail come in. The prison system has hired too much of our friends. This prison system is designed to house people who are bad and they belong in jail. Now the sheriff says, and I'm putting words in his mouth, I don't speak to the guy. If I did, I'd have minutes for an interview. That, you know what it costs to put a prisoner in jail, blah, 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 blah. He's got room for 600 people in a completely empty building out there. But he finds other places to spend his money. I'll bet you he doesn't send any of his budget back.
Yep.
And I'm not going to pick on the sheriff while Regina's here because Regina worked for the guy. But that's my takeaway from the sheriff. He's stingy, hires his friends, and he just likes the status quo. He doesn't want to do any more than he has to.
Well, I think that once we privatized our prison system,
We're not going to do that.
we pretty much have been. No, we have been. Well, I mean, in a degree where now it was. I mean, look it up. What's the name of BlackRock? I believe owns a ton of. So they get money for every prisoner they have from the federal government. This is happening
Not
right
in
now.
mass.
Once that started, I'm not saying in mass. I'm just saying in the country.
Maybe that's where the feds go. I don't
Once
know.
that started happening,
Don't know.
it seems like more people are. I believe it's BlackRock.
So there is, Arizona has BlackRock, they have a for-profit penitentiary out there. I don't think you're ever going to see, I agree with John, a for-profit penitentiary in Massachusetts.
I
don't think it's
hope
gonna
not,
happen.
because that's just going to increase the.
I don't think it's going to happen.
But
Yeah.
the consequences of continuously releasing people, Governor J.B. Pritzker had the chance to host a gentleman who I think had been arrested 46 times. He got a jug of gasoline and poured it on some woman and it lit her off.
Yep. Yesterday?
and said to her something about burn
Yes,
B word.
yes.
And then, what was it, 2 months ago, we had the Ukrainian refugee who got knifed in the Metropolitan Transport.
In New York?
No, down in
Boston?
Carolina.
Oh, down in North Carolina.
Wasn't there one in New York too?
I thought it was,
There was one in New York a couple months ago too.
Probably.
I'm sure somebody got stabbed in London too, in the subway.
Yeah, some.
France, I'm sure that somebody got stabbed there too.
I
What's
seen
the
it.
point, Cliff?
The point is, the perp had been arrested something like 14 times, thus demonstrating a certain amount of antisocial behavior. But he was put back out on the street, and he just showed that he could do more.
so that raises a whole other issue of people who do exhibit antisocial behavior. So perpetrator commits a crime, does his time, gets medicated while he's in jail, but now is out on the street. Nobody can force that individual to take their medication. What do we do with that person? Do we give them an injection, which makes that, which is, and that injection delivers that medication to them over a period of time? And every year, you have to get, part of your sentence is, you've got to get another injection, so that you're no longer a danger to the public? Because that would be my answer. Because I don't think you should let the Jeffrey Dahmers back out into society to hurt people.
I'm sure
Absolutely
they'll find a way to make it that you're infringing on people's rights by, I mean, where do we draw the line between helping and enabling?
So
That's the real question.
you're enabling people by letting them out the door and not making them take, and not forcing them to take medication. Oh, I don't like my medication, it makes me slur. Yes, but it also makes it possible for you to continue to maintain yourself so you don't stab anybody. So there's a big unoccupied warehouse on Route 38 next to Market Basket that could help out with housing the homeless people. Would the residents of Belvedere be okay with that? And that came from Jay. Jay, I think that you're being facetious with that comment, am I correct? Mole rated, okay, I thought it was rated a 9.55 out of a possible 11. My pickiest eater gave it a thumbs up, yay. Okay, that was excellent.
That was Erin, I would assume.
Okay. So there is I did not know about the warehouse on the line. Does anybody
Regina,
want to inform me?
my picking on the sheriff about this building out there, that I have it on a good resource, not Regina, that they have a building has 600 cells in it. Every cell has a toilet.
Yes.
Every cell has a bed. Every cell is heated. A warehouse is not what we need. We need to occupy this. Now, the only reason the sheriff doesn't do it is, I'm told by my friend who works for the sheriff's department, is the building is not air conditioned. But it's heated. But the sheriff said, they're not coming here. Thank you, Sheriff Katusian.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be the money that, all right, and not to beat a dead horse here, but wouldn't it be cheaper probably to air condition and upgrade that building as opposed to popping up injection sites?
Jose, you're just not getting it, okay?
No,
We have homeless people in Lowell,
yeah,
Tewksbury,
Yeah.
Drake,
yeah,
and all of our viewing audience have homeless living in the community.
absolutely.
Some are gonna freeze to death this winter.
No, that's,
Yep.
yeah, but, you
And the
know,
law is, President Trump signed an executive order. If somebody's homeless, you can take them off the street, whether they like it or not, and put them in a shelter.
Yes.
That is the executive order. And Massachusetts is going like, oh, it's a good idea, but he's Republican, so we won't do that. It's party wars.
you know, that's the bite your nose to spite your face, you know. It's a Republican that said it, it's a Democrat that said it. Are they both idiots any given time? Absolutely.
Well,
But
see, in
any
Lowell, it's a good idea if Tommy Golden wants it. Tommy wants that road paved. Oh, that's what a good idea. Cliff can cry until he comes home. Sorry, he's a Republican. Just, be on your way, Cliff.
I was talking to somebody yesterday about
Cliff
this
was going to
after-
speak there. He
Oh,
had a
go ahead.
response.
That's why it's good to have city council members. Corey Belanger, who lost, I've been able to send him an email and say, here's a problem, and I get good response. Now, maybe Corey is a secret Republican,
Don't know.
but he's got a state job, so probably not, right?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
So speaking of that, the recount's happening today.
Yes. Uh-huh.
That's going to be interesting.
So we'll be watching Facebook later on in the day for the results.
Okay.
And LTC says they're going to put it on TV.
Oh, really? Okay.
So if you're out fooling around on your TV later on, LTC has Channel 6 and Channel 8. So check those channels on 6 or 8. Or go to their webpage, ltc.org, and you can watch
Thank you,
from
John.
work. They're telling me this, the broadcast or the announcement said there'll be no audio, but you're able to see who's sticking their nose in things down. Be an interesting watch.
So before we stray too far from the comment that, about the local officials being Republican and Democrat. So if you feel that your city councilor, I don't care who it is, favoring somebody because they're a Democrat or Republican, 11%. Get out and vote, because it shouldn't be that way, period. Dead stop. Don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Is your constituent, and that's, like I said when I was running, I don't care who you are, what color you are, what sexuality, I don't care your status, I don't care. You live in the acre, you'll be my constituent. I will be there to do my best. I'm not going to solve every problem. Maybe I'll have to point you to somebody else, but at the very least, I'm going to give you a voice. And it should be that way throughout the city. And I get it, it's not, from what I hear, it's not always like that, but if somebody's treating Cliff different because he's a Republican, then as neighbors, we should all get out there and be like, you know what? Either take care of Cliff like you take care of me, or this is your last term.
The unenrolled get treated better than Republicans. Regina, this will be your last text because I know
All right.
you're going to skedaddle.
This state allows people to purchase drugs, and then on the other side of their mouth says we need drug prevention. And that came from John. Very good text, John. Thank you.
So the city council has voted, what difference it makes, I don't know, because of where the state is on this, but no safe injection sites.
That's front page today, Sun, yeah.
Oh,
Yep, I was there.
I agree.
I agree.
Shouldn't have a safe injection site.
Well, the question is, can you save money with safe injection sites?
Cliff, we have to stop this business of, see, the cheapest thing you can do is do nothing. Just let them die. Do nothing. That's the cheapest thing. Never mind picking up those needles. Let the kids stab their feet with them. Let the old ladies walking down the street with the cane stab their feet with them. Do nothing. Let them die. It's the cheapest thing. Lay off half the firefighters. Lay off half the cops. Cheapest thing. We shouldn't do the cheapest thing.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last comment. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago. It was going around. A person made it. I don't even know who it was. But it was in relation to a issue where the city of Lowell is going to distribute clean needles. And the vans are going to be within 500 feet of a school. I think it should be 1,000 feet. I think that we made a wrong decision when we said 500 feet. The person took the video outside the school over here, and they showed the needles on the ground. There were hundreds of them. And they showed all of the needles around where the playground equipment are. They showed a bottle that was being used for urine. They showed areas where people were sleeping. I think that children cannot play in that playground. You cannot distribute needles 500 feet from the school. People go to use them, then they drop them there because no one's there to pick them up. I mean, it's a dangerous situation to say it's okay to distribute needles 500 feet from a school and then right next to a playground, and then think that it's okay for children to play in that playground. Negative. Not okay. Shame on the health department that thought that was a good decision.
So I know that,
Excuse me, the person in charge of the health department, who's she a cousin of?
Pardon me?
Golden's cousin runs the health department.
are they related? I thought I heard they weren't related. But
Might be
who's to say?
ex-wife.
So,
No, it's not ex-wife, it's cousin.
Oh, cousin, okay.
so on that,
I can be corrected. And Tom, you're welcome to come on the show anytime you want. Just give me a heads up and we'll make sure we put your name on the screen for that day.
And with that, folks, I'm going to wish
You
the
think it's
two of
his
you a
ex-wife?
great day. Wish you a great day. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. To everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving to all you and your family. We'll see you after Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye,
Regina.
Regina.
good
Happy
one.
Thanksgiving.
Take care. Hey, thank you.
let
So I'm
John
going to read you
know-
these three texts. The question should be, what do you think so?
Positive.
Okay. It's his ex-wife, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, the question should be,
Let John know what you think of that.
how many city councils work in government? Regina, enjoy Turkey Day.
Thank you.
No government agency would ever excess money back. They're right. They would ask for more in the following year. Yep, that's true. That's my takeaway too. Thank you for your comments. Back to you guys.
Okay.
So yeah, on the safe injection sites, I feel that there is so much more that we could be doing than that, because it goes back to the question I asked earlier: are we helping or are we enabling? And these are all my own personal opinions.
Well,
you
look,
know.
why don't we have tents with cots for the prostitutes? Give them a clean place to work.
I mean,
Why not?
it's-
Well, what's the matter, city council?
No,
Actually, split the tent in half. Have the safe injection site on one side and the prostitutes on the other.
Yeah, they could go from one to the other. I mean,
Maybe Golden will come up with that idea. We'll get a round of applause to the city
well, we
council.
voted. I mean, there was only 2 councilors that voted not to ban them. And their argument was, what's the point of banning them if it's illegal or if it's not something that is happening? But the writing's on the wall. I believe,
Thank you.
I might be wrong, but it's been 8 years in a row where they try to pass safe injection sites, whether it's through different wording or different, sneak it in on different bills. It's been 8 years. And it's something that the voice, that the people that are pushing that, it's gotten amplified. So the writing's on the wall. It'll be just a matter of time before the State House passes this or some form of it. And we just want to send a loud and clear message that, Eric Gitcher said it best. He said, why don't we push our state legislators to have a conversation at the State House about improved mental health, about, there's other options. A housing first approach where here's a 600 rooms or whatever it is, here, and then we'll clean you out. Let's get off the streets.
It's 600 jail cells.
So whatever it takes, but this isn't the answer.
Forcing the bus backwards here. I misspoke from what a texter told me. They are not related. Lisa's name is Lisa McGee. She was married to a Golden, not related to the manager. Okay, so we have a conflict in the audience. Thank you.
I mean,
We invite her in as a guest and she can talk. Please proceed.
and that was the two councilors that voted, to keep the conversation open about injection sites. That was their argument, which it was. And they wouldn't say if they supported it or not, which I want to know if you support it or not. I don't want to hear the dancing around.
Well, why would we have to put it in downtown? Why couldn't we put it in the city council's neighborhood?
I said it before, I don't want it in the acre. If you're okay with it in the Highlands or
So
in Belvedere. or
Paul
Pawtucket,
Rathiam
we'll
wanted
go
it?
for
He wanted it?
No,
Who wanted the safer injection site?
our incoming city councilor, just like a lot of things, dance
What's
around
his
the
name?
answer. Well, I don't like saying his name.
Turn the page.
Yeah,
Never mind, turn the page.
yeah.
If you're going to blame the city council for not saying your name, that's silly.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. We'll see what happens.
Let's talk about Washington School. Eileen, what the
And
heck
so
is going
they
on?
have had issues since last Friday. When I guess last Thursday night, actually, they came in to repair a ceiling that had fallen, and last Friday it was a hot mess when all the staff went in, and it displaced some of the classrooms, it displaced bathrooms. Staff was concerned about lead and asbestos. The letter went home that they were going to have the testing results by the weekend to assure it was safe for everybody. And inevitably, they did not have. You had people in hazmat suits there, and like teachers just teaching in young kids, I guess. And I mean, it just falls down to like transparency with the city. Nobody heard about it until, I think Monday morning, really, because teachers were irate that they were going back to school with no results, and they did not feel safe after their experience on Friday. Bathrooms were closed, the gym was closed, the cafeteria was. And they said they did professional testing over the weekend, and they apparently did not do professional testing. It was just the little DPW that was in there. But then, they go in Monday, and there's people with hazmat suits. And it was very disheartening.
Yeah, that sends exactly the wrong signal to have workers in hazmat suits and tell the people using the space, no, don't worry about anything. I would be very concerned myself.
Eric Gitcher actually posted about this last night, and he said that that happened on the 14th, and that something happened on November 14th and needed immediate attention, but the person was so in fear they mailed a letter that just arrived today, November 20th, with no name attached. And
yeah, a lot of people that have reached out to me have been just begging to be anonymous. And then a letter did go out to school committee and administration over the weekend, but it fell on deaf ears. I believe Dave Conway went to the school on Monday. I think, and he was told, basically, what are you even doing here? These aren't even your voters. By administrative staff that was there. It's just, and then at the meeting, and then the superintendent had said that he was there to quell concerns of the staff on Monday morning, but then again, he said he was there between 6:30 and 8 a.m., but the Washington school contractual hours don't even start until 8:30 a.m., and he had only talked to like one person there, a union rep, I believe. He didn't talk to all staff. He didn't quell any concerns. And then the assistant superintendent, Crocker Roberge, was there all day putting up signs to not use bathrooms, but she was giving teachers some of the discretions just so it kind of looked good to not use the bathrooms. So when I tried to ask about this at the school committee meeting, I was a few minutes late walking in there. I was told, Delrossi, we got the results. Everything's fine. Like, it's no big deal. Like, these people's concerns aren't real. This is what breaks culture in a district. Like, staff, trust, culture, and everything.
Well, a lot of us would do well to set our clocks 15 minutes ahead of time and be on time for things. I'm going to read these
Wait, how
texts.
this story just become about me? What about...
Don't do it at the airport, Eileen. Don't
You
do.
know what you just
don't-
did?
don't do
You
it at the
just did a
airport.
Lowell city administration move. You made the story about me and me being late.
Well, you know Lowell's motto. Who told you that? I'm going to read these texts. Safe injection sites encourage drug use. It starts with closing the borders and blowing up drug boats loaded up with product. Actually, Mr. McDonough, the health director, Ms. Lisa Golden, stated in an Inside Lowell podcast to host Mr. Teddy Panos was the question if she was related to Manager Golden. Ms. Golden responded, "There's no relation today."
Yeah, there isn't. The one in charge of the health department, and
She said she's not. Maybe I have no idea. People tell me she is. So when I actually meet the girl, I'll ask her, what is the fog? Was she married to somebody else? Or what? I'll ask her what's the fog about this. Moving right along to, this comment came from, not Facebook, it came from YouTube. It says, not in my backyard. Here's the thing, substance abuse is mental illness, not crime. No, it's not. It's a lot of that, but I disagree. Though crime can come from mental illness. Okay. Respectfully, Mr. Cervantes, you just said holding politicians accountable, then you don't call them out. Back to you guys.
I wouldn't expect that comment from anybody else. You're right, Jay. You're right. And I guess it was implied, but yeah, no, I mean, when Sidney Liang was asked about the injection sites at the debate, he did what he does with a lot of his answers, looked at his notes. He didn't have it on there, flipped off a little bit, but pretty much said that it would be something he would consider supporting. That's what the answer was. I mean, it's on Inside Lowell. You can look it up. I know Paul was against that, and so am I.
you know what? I have a question. Whatever happened to like the methadone clinics that used to have the long lines?
Jose, will you give
do
the
those
mic
still exist?
to your right to Cliff?
Yeah.
Eileen's mic just died.
Oh.
So
Precision is-
Eileen wants to know what happened to the methadone clinic.
Not too close, Cliff. Thank you. Just turn it on its side, Jose, and I'll know to change the battery.
Yes, sir. That's weird. It says the battery's full.
Makes no difference. It's not working. I can see over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Trust me.
Oh, I believe you.
Thank you.
I don't know what happened to the methadone clinic. Do you know, Jose?
They're still there.
Okay.
They are.
Yeah.
But all right, so I remember at one point the lines used to be pretty intense. But is that not such a thing anymore?
Well, I just think that sometimes we like to make things. I mean, is there a problem? Is there an epidemic? Drug use? Absolutely. But I'm out there talking to people, and when I ask them about injection sites, most of them are like, I don't even do that. I like to do A or B. And I mean, this isn't like the 80s where they're going to do a High on Crack Street documentary over here. Like, I know that even the injection, the bans, so that's from the Robert Kraft Foundation, and it's a needle exchange. You bring back a needle, they give you a 10-pack because they come sealed. Lisa Golden talked about it on that.
They give you a 10-pack?
Yeah, because they can't open it, so they have to give you a 10-pack.
No, they don't.
Yeah, that's
Have you ever been to the hospital?
yeah.
They have singular packs there.
Mhm.
Why did you purchase 10 packs, Lisa?
No, well, that's not even the city that does it. That's
Okay.
the Robert Kraft administration.
Whoever's buying them,
Yeah.
okay?
Well,
The hospital,
one for one.
one at a time.
Yeah, one for one.
I mean, the nurse doesn't come in with a 10-pack and 9 fall on the floor.
No. I heard something like last month.
When the government's paying, screw the government.
Well, we definitely have people that go around. That's their job throughout the city, and they collect the needles. Is there needles and stuff like that on the ground? Yes, but
There's enough taxpayer money taking care of these losers, these drug addicts. Don't call them losers. Well, okay, what would you call them? But so, they need our help. Then you got a spare bedroom, bring them in your house. I'm sick of giving EBT cards, mass health cards. They find him collapsed on the street. The ambulance comes along and gives them Narcan, and they jump up and run away.
look, I mean, some people say, I seen comments online where it's like, the deaths of, and it's like, I believe, and I'm pretty close with the numbers. She said in 23 it was like 50 something people overdosed and passed away, unfortunately. And in 24 it was 36. So like the numbers decreasing. So sometimes we try to make it seem, and not us here in the room, but some people make it seem like it is a massive problem that is overriding every corner of the city.
It's about
And
200 people.
Yeah,
200 people.
200 people.
And we have room for 600 at the sheriff's jail. Easy fix.
115,000 people, fifth largest city in Massachusetts. I'd like to think, can we do better?
Easy
Can we
fix.
more
But
progress?
I'm
Yeah,
told
we're doing pretty
the
good.
sheriff won't come to the table, and neither will the judge. The judge won't come to the table either.
No, that's a conversation that should be.
That's what I'm told.
3 years.
I'm not going to call people liars, but
3 years it takes to achieve sobriety, and then on top of that, it's an everyday battle to stay sober. 3 years. That's what I've heard.
Well, I guess that's my question. With the lack of the popularity of the methadone clinics, I think that's a direct, big, fat notice that less and less people are going for recovery help in terms of opioid addiction, and we're essentially skipping over that recovery piece altogether now and just offering safe injection sites.
So the millions of dollars we would give to nonprofits to run the injection sites is, like I said to John earlier, that's money that can be used to install heating at the Barica House of Correction and build a nice
What about
yard
just
and
the Lowell Public
and-
Schools?
build a nice meditation room and make it more inviting, so like that people don't feel like they're being institutionalized, or to open up a new facility, a new shelter. Like, how much money is in injection sites? Look that up. Look at who's leading the charge to get injection sites here in Massachusetts. Look that up, and what their salary was before they started doing this.
Who was leading the charge? Do you know, or Cliff or John, do you know who was leading the charge for the methadone clinics?
I mean, no, I don't. But that's the thing, though. People keep saying, do your homework, and it's like, okay. But then once we get to a certain point in the conversation, you're just gonna lash out and walk away. Why? Because you didn't do your research? Because you didn't go that far in the conversation? My only objective is to help people, not to push agendas, not to push narratives, not to line somebody, another nonprofit's pocket. It's to help people. And whatever it takes to do that is what we're going to do. And right now, in my personal opinion, an injection site is not something that's going to help us achieve that goal. Because there's things that we can put that money to something else. How about if you did your homework, how much is it going to cost to open up an injection site? How much is it going to cost to operate it, to have a nurse there, to have this and that? All right, bring me those numbers. Let's have that conversation. Who's going to get the money? All right, and now let's see what we can do with all those millions of dollars today. How about we have that conversation? How about we do the research on that instead of attacking somebody? We're not at a place, at least in my personal opinion, where injection sites would be the solution. There's so much work to do. They're
Like fixing mental health.
And that's the thing. But if you stand in the position where I am right now, automatically it's, oh, you're this, you're that, did you know I was a sellout? You're a sellout. You're clicked up now. You're with the administration. I've sat here sitting next to you and criticized the administration. Yes or no? You know, I've sat here because I don't care about any of that. I care about the community. I'm sorry if you got offended today. Tomorrow, maybe I'll give you a compliment. It's about the people. So, I mean, it's just one of those conversations where everybody just wants to attack, and attacking, you don't move forward. We need progress, not to stand still and have pointless conversations. You know, oh well, if you shoot that bill down, you're what about the car seats? What the hell do car seats have to do with injection sites? Don't bundle it on the same bill then. Like, I just don't get it, and we'll see what happens. That's why we are trying to get involved more in politics and governance and what happens in the community, so we can bring some dang common sense back, you know?
Yeah. So, next year is the 200th anniversary of the founding of Lowell. We're going to have the official date is 1 March, but this being Lowell, we're going to celebrate it on the 28th of February, because I think 1 March is a Sunday. And
Good thing John wasn't here for that.
yeah, I mean, you sit here, you try and set it up, and then John wanders off.
There's some good food in there.
Of course they're not going to do it on Sunday. Why would they do that? Cliff, where were you Friday at 12 o'clock? Go stand outside of City Hall. You'll see them all running out of there. There you go. Does that make you feel better?
That's it. Except for
Not
the
today,
people
though.
counting.
Today's the recount day, right?
Yeah.
Today's the Duran Finn recount.
Yes,
He's going to kill me.
Does it start at 12?
yes.
And
They
it's going to be
pull
live
the ballots
streamed.
up at 9 out of the vault, and they start the count at noon.
I heard that.
Hey, he said he set it up and you weren't here, so I had to pick up the slack.
So,
That was pretty good, though, right? Pretty good.
so we
impression.
have a honcho for this celebration for next year, Christy Hogan. Maybe I'll reach out and see if she'd like to come on and tell us more about it. They're going to put up a website. It should be up any day now if it's not up right now. But there's apparently some amount of money available for the various and sundry neighborhoods if they want to have block parties or other activities. But they're trying to encourage us to celebrate the fact that Lowell is now 200 years old. By mass standards, that's not that long ago, but still.
Came a long way from being East Chelmsford
Yeah.
to now where we are today, on the brink of what some are deeming the second industrial revolution.
Coming from the audience, grand slam, comrade. I'm sick and tired of coddling people who don't contribute to society in any way. No wonder we have a state budget that's ballooning every year. That's from Jay.
Okay.
So if one of these, we could talk about this off air. We had, if you guys watched the city council meeting, Anthony Late, the union president, was spoke when they were trying to get $500,000 for the firefighters, and he brought up a few points about like that pilot program that he started for opioid prevention, and other communities are using it now. Having them educate them on that, and it sounds like the fire department's doing so much that we are not aware of, or maybe some people feel it's not in their purview, but they are anyways. Maybe one of these days, see if he'll next time I'm on, or one of these times that I'm on here, see if he'll come in give us a half hour of his time and see what he has to say. Because he's in the front lines. He's out there. He's that here in Lowell is one of the only places in Massachusetts where the union president to the firefighters union actually is still an active firefighter. Everywhere else, when you become the union president,
Do you know the president?
yeah. He's a
Would
good
you
friend.
ask him why he let his members drive trucks with the wheels falling off?
Yeah, or we can have him on and we can ask him. He's a great guy. I've known him for a
I'm
long
sure
time.
I'm sure he's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I ask Mike Dillon Jr. comes here, active firefighter, and I ask Mike, why did your union guy let you drive broken trucks? And he didn't have an answer.
No, we can ask Anthony about it.
Because on another note, I had Paul George's quote, teachers complaining about something happened at the school, and Paul George's answer was, he's the union head, you're lucky to have a job.
Oh, man.
So, fire trucks are expensive.
Cliff.
Got, what, 10 of them?
Did you ever take off with a plane where the wheel was falling off?
No.
Now, you're a wing commander. Did you force your pilots to use their planes when they were broken?
When did we
No.
have a... When did
Okay.
that happen? When did we have a truck with the...
Well,
wheel fall off?
two people can't talk at the same time.
No.
So, Cliff's answer first.
No.
Okay. What did you say, Jose?
When did that happen, that a tire fell off a truck?
Oh, less than a year ago.
Really? I know we just got all those new... What did we get, like 10 trucks or something? We got whatever, we got something.
But still, it's a thing where
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable.
it's a city. I can see if it's your personal vehicle, your wheel falls off. Okay, some people drive their cars into the ground. I understand that. But for a city vehicle that has no trouble shoving their hand in your pocket and my pocket to buy all the stuff they want to buy, would let a wheel fall off a fire truck.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
On the other hand, we keep going to borrow money so that we can finish up the high school.
We spent all of it. Yeah, it's a thing where when that's over with, I'm going to be calling to sue that company.
Yeah.
Sue all the people who gave us proposals of what things are going to cost, and we'll get something out of them.
I understand why we don't put clauses on the contract, like overage. I mean, I looked it up, and many people do that, where like you can go over 15%, anything after that, or whatever, 5%, anything after that, you're accountable for this and that. Like, we don't have that in our...
Well, we don't have, see, there's somebody's fault, either the attorney's fault or the builder's fault. Somebody needs to read that contract and have people be accountable.
Yeah.
Now, if it's the city's fault, if it's written in the contract that if you go over budget, the city will pay the bill, and our lawyer missed that, bye-bye to our lawyer.
Yeah.
But chances are the lawyer's already quit and gone on to a greener pasture.
We need that, there's that word again, accountability.
We're running out of time here, kids. I'm going to do these two checks. Great show today. Mrs. Ventus, enjoy your third. I think that's Turkey Day. That's from Jay. Mole related to 99.9.55 out of the possible 11. My pick is, I don't get that one. But anyway, okay, that's for earlier comment. Never
You
mind.
read that before, I think.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
Erin.
That's about a restaurant.
No, it
So-
was about my mole that I said I made earlier.
So,
Yeah, earlier in the week.
when I arrived here 31 years ago or so,
On a spacecraft with the aliens. No, just kidding.
the big dig was supposed to cost $7.5 billion. And I said to myself, I bet it goes to 13. Because these things are set up that way. The contracts are written that way. Go ahead, John.
Okay, this is from Eric Gitchier. Thank you for the correction, Eric. The current union president was not president during those times. He was a president when the new ones came in, meaning the fire trucks.
Ah.
Thanks, Eric.
So, cost overruns are almost a way of life with the government. I've never had a cost overrun on a contract that I've put together, but it happens.
Yeah, I mean,
And are you prepared to force someone out of business? And if you force enough of them out of business, will there be anyone left?
So that's
Over
a
to you.
lot of, that's a lot
Cliff,
of
you,
money.
Cliff, you go into Home Depot,
Yeah,
and you're gonna buy a bundle of roof shingles. And we'll say a bundle of roof shingles costs $100. You get up to the register and the guy says, he puts his little coat thing on, bloop, bloop. It's $125. You call the manager, hey, Mr. Manager, it said $100. There's a $100 price tag on this here, and you charge me $125. Most store managers will drop $25. Most will. Lowell, tough. Put it back on the shelf. You don't want to pay the $125, put it back on the shelf. That's what government does.
yep.
Get us-
And on that note, Jose, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
Eileen, thanks for calling in.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Okay,
So we're off of the LTC now, right?
yes.